Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is L'Oreal Harrison. Welcome if you are new to my channel, and welcome back if you are returning. This is going to be another one of our self-mastery discussions, where we talk about all different topics in relation to your mind, body, and soul self-mastery. The purpose of today's discussion is to be able to share with you a little bit of my own insight on topics that I feel are most relevant to those that are seeking basically spiritual development and getting to know their innermost self and become in alignment and balanced and reach an ultimate happy and peaceful level within their everyday life. So if any of that sounded good to you, then you're going to want to stay tuned and continue watching while I unfold some different perspectives and different insights with you during this discussion. So by the title or thumbnail of this video, you've probably guessed we are going to be talking about self-doubt today. And this is one of those topics that I don't really find a lot of people discuss within the spiritual community, but I could be wrong. And within society, I feel that there can never be too much discussions about realistic struggles or challenges or different lessons that we may be faced with during our lifetime, such as those moments when we're struggling with self-doubt, when we're struggling with that internal questioning of whether we should do this or whether we should do that, or whether we should seek someone else's opinion over our own, or was that the right decision? Was that not the right decision? Can I do this? Am I capable of this, or am I not? So each and every day, there are millions of different thought processes that we go through and different decisions that we make. It could be something as small as, do you get out of bed? What time do you wake up and get out of bed? Do you hit the snooze alarm? Do you go back to sleep? Do you jump out of bed? Do you go for a run? Do you go for a walk? Do you make a cup of coffee? Do you brush your teeth as soon as you wake up? Do you take a cold shower? Is it a hot shower? You see how just in the couple first minutes of our day, we can already make 50 different decisions, maybe even more. So our mind is always going. Our mind is always working through this process of thought. And oftentimes during our life, we can be basically internally processing whether we should do something or not. And when we're trying to decide whether we should go this route or go this route, there is that internal dialogue that takes place, and we're really evaluating and almost like projecting what we feel it will happen if we go this way versus what we are predicting, only based off of past experiences, of course, would happen if we went this way. So when it comes to self-doubt, there is a couple of insights that I would love to share with you. And it's only because I've been really delving into this myself and really doing a lot of self-internal examination and saying, okay, what is the nature of self-doubt, or just basically in generally not believing in yourself? Where does that come from? And when I really got into that process of thinking about it, I was able to say, okay, so is self-doubt really self-doubt, or is it the acceptance of external projections on us that we have taken and claimed as our own? Is self-doubt really authentically our own doubt, or is it some type of energy of questioning of the self that we've picked up from other areas? And I've come to find that I feel that self-doubt is really external projections that are mirroring back to us an area that could use a little bit of validation, can use a little bit of self-inquiry and saying, geez, why do I not believe in myself enough to do this or that? Or what would it take for me to believe in myself to be able to do XYZ, whatever it is that you want to do? I want to share a little bit of a story with you. Let me see, it was about maybe like 1.5 years ago, not even that long ago. I had told myself, I didn't believe that I would be able to run a marathon. I didn't even believe that I could run a half marathon. I at the time didn't even believe that I could run a 5K. And during that time, I had said, I really want to challenge myself way, way, way far outside of my comfort zone to kind of like test myself, to do a test on where it is that we get doubt from and why it is that we doubt ourselves. Is that just a healthy, natural thing? Is that something that we can start to dissolve? But to go back to the story. So about a year and a half ago, maybe not quite 2 years ago, I had basically embarked on this physical journey within my body and really discovering how can I push my body and to put it to the limit? How can I test my body far beyond my current conception of what I feel I can do or I can perceive to do? And at that time, I set the bar pretty high for myself and I said, I want to be able to run a half marathon. And given the fact that I was never a runner ever before, previously in my life, I thought that was a pretty steep goal. That was a pretty heavy leap for myself to make. And to make a long story short, I went on to do, I think it was about five or six different half marathons. But I must share with you, when I was doing the very first half marathon, I was in this like internal battle with myself while I was running. And it was just like my mind was eating away at me like, are we doing this? Are we really doing this right now? I know that we said that we were going to do this. I know that we trained for this for a couple of months, but are we really going to do this? I don't even know if we can really do this. But it got to about only a couple minutes in that I said, and I just connected to the energy and the power of my breath. And I said, okay, we're here. We are here now. We are doing something right now in this moment that we didn't even imagine that we could ever even do before. So mind, body, spirit, we need to work together with this. And we're going to go ahead and let go of all of that doubt. Let go of all of that hesitation or disbelief in myself. And for this moment, I am going to have complete, utmost belief in myself. And this was all happening as this internal process as I was running. And I was running, and another mile passed by, and another mile passed by. And when we were about halfway through, I was just like, oh my gosh, we're halfway through. And then the doubt started to creep back in. And again, I connected back to my breath again. I connected back to the power of being present in this moment. And I said, I'm capable of doing this. I am more than able and competent of doing this. Why did I ever doubt myself? And there became like a very brief reflective process where I just sent an immense amount of love and appreciation to myself in that moment. And I realized when I connected with the power of this now moment, when I brought all my awareness to the present, when I connected with my life force energy with my breath, and I connected with the frequency of love for myself. That's how it allowed me to shift out of self-doubt. It allowed me to shift my perspective out of the past of where I had been before, or the fact that this was my first half marathon, and where the future was that I wasn't quite at the finish line. I haven't quite passed it up yet, but I was in that present space that, like, a lot of people like to refer to as the 0 point field. And that is where all of our energy comes from. That's where our alignment comes from. That's where we align with our highest aspects of ourselves, with source energy. And that, my friend, that is where we are able to stifle and put an end to self-doubt, is in bringing our awareness to this present moment. So bringing your awareness to the here and now, and then connecting to your life force energy, connecting with your breath, connecting with the fact that you are present in this now moment, in this human form, having an extraordinary experience that is capable of absolutely anything that you want to manifest, to bring into your reality, to bring into your form. And it comes in the form of your thoughts first. So by aligning your thoughts with the present of this now moment and aligning your thoughts with your life force energy, you realize that you tap into that limitless flow, that limitless potential comes and drops into this now moment. And now you're playing this game. Now you're playing in their avatar form of the human being that you are, in your full capabilities. And you are what else? Aligning with the power of love, with the frequency of love for yourself. When you are no longer having this chaotic frequency within your mind, your body, and your soul, and you're constantly battling yourself, guess what? It gets really quiet, and there's no one else to battle, because they do not have to mirror for you the battle that you are internally having for yourself. They don't have to mirror that to you so that you can see yourself. You say, I see myself in this present moment, in this 0 point field. I bring all of my awareness to the here, to the now, to this moment. And I empower myself by connecting to my limitless flow of life force energy through the simplicity of my breath and my focused intention to do so. Because your power is your intention to connect to your limitless potential that is always accessible. Yet if you were not aware that it was there, then it would take for it to arise within your knowingness, within your consciousness, or for someone, a special, wonderful, loving individual, to share this insight with you, that your limitless potential is with you at all times, that you can connect to your life force energy, your limitless, infinite life force energy. And in doing so, how can you shift to your highest level of consciousness, your highest aspect of yourself, is by connecting to the frequency of love and sharing and embodying that love for yourself. So those are my 3 tips of how to starve self-doubt, how to dissolve it, how to transform it, how to transmute it. And guess what? I passed that finish line, like I said, and I passed that finish line, and tears of joy and love for myself just came streaming down when I passed the finish line of my first half marathon. And then as soon as I finished that first marathon, I went on to do more. And I did about, I think it was 5, maybe 6. I did 5 more after that one, a total of 6. And then I did a full marathon. And I can tell you that I only got to do the full marathon. And I don't share this with you at all to brag, but to tell you that it is possible. Whatever you believe, whatever you have in your heart's desire is possible for you to be open to receive if you align your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions with this now moment, and you empower yourself from within. Your heart space is the key. Enter the heart without fear, without hesitation, and start working with that energy within your heart, working with the love for yourself. And this is why so many people within the spiritual and non-spiritual community are speaking about the importance of self-love. It's because that is the key. That is the key to live your happiness, your joy in this now moment, to affect others in a positive and empowering way, is to love yourself. If you have any doubt of being able to, I don't feel like I can get this job, or I don't feel I can go to this school, I don't feel that I can do this physical feat or make this creation or this artistic, whatever it is that you have going on within you, or I don't believe that I can meet my soulmate or have my lifelong partner. I don't believe that I can travel the world. Whatever it is, I don't believe that I can become a millionaire. Whatever it is that you have going on, if you first take captive your thoughts and allow your thoughts to be recognized, to be validated, to not be judged, and you allow yourself to empower your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions with loving yourself in the most purest, most authentic way. And it's okay if that's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of work. We all have an infinite amount of time to do this job. There is no race. I just want to tell you, spoiler alert, we are all infinite beings. And even though we leave this physical form, we go on to yet another one. Sometimes it's a non-physical, sometimes it's a physical form. But guess what? You are an infinite being. And because you are an infinite being, because you are tapped into the source, the creator of all that is, you have that limitless potential within you. And if you don't want to wait until that next lifetime, that next life experience, or what have you, to start living in your authentic self, to start living in this present now moment, start living in your power, then I don't know what you're waiting for. What are you waiting for? Do not allow yourself to surrender to self-doubt, to victim mindsets, and just surrender to the experiences of whatever it is in your current reality right now. Use the power that you are given in your thoughts. Use the power that you are given in your heart. Use the power that you are given as a spiritual being that is incarnated in a physical form of a human body. You are divine. You are extraordinary. And it is time for you to start aligning with this truth. It is time for you to start starving your self-doubt and align with your limitless potential that is always present, that is always within. And you don't have to worry about taking it too much from others, because guess what? There's an unlimited amount. That means zero competition. You don't have to throw someone else under the bus to raise to the top of whatever it is that you want to become, to be, to live as. Start living it today, in this now moment. Starving your self-doubt begins with having the power to return to your authentic self, to your this now moment, to your physical form, owning up to who and what you are as an infinite creator being. Your thoughts have power, the power to create. The only question is, what are you creating? Or what are you allowing others to create for you? And that is what I leave you with. I love you. I honor and thank you so much for listening to this transmission and allowing me to share this insight with you. I share this from my heart to yours. May this empower the wisdom that is within your soul, within your mind and your body, and allow us to come together as one. We are a collective. We are a collective. We are the human collective. We are one unified force. Let us come together and remember our authentic selves in the power of this moment. I leave you now with much love and blessings. Again, I thank you for listening to this insight, and I hope that it stirred something deep within your heart, deep within your soul, and allows you to bring forth and rise to your greatest expression of your true authentic self. Until next time, much love and blessings. Peace.